Hey guys, it's Elizabeth and this is Elizabeth Made This. I am talking today about my October plans. The biggest thing that's going on this month is making a suit for my husband for Halloween and also for Comic Cons that we want to go to in the future as doing Doctor Who kind of stuff. So I finished my Rose Tyler jacket. I'm not going to share this on this video. I'm going to share that on a different video and talk about that whole thing because frankly it deserves a video or two because there's a lot going on with that one. So I will save that one for something else. But so along with my Rose Tyler jacket that I finished, I'm gonna make a suit for my husband. I'm using Bad Wolf costumes. There's a great shop called Bad Wolf Costumes on Etsy. They do a lot of cosplay stuff and they're incredibly detailed. And very, very accurate to the screenshots of various fandoms. So for this particular Doctor Who suit, they have variants. If you want to make the brown suit, you put it on this pinstripe. If you make the blue suit, then you put it on this pinstripe. So it's just very, very accurate. I could have done that work, but I'm very much a novice in menswear. I've done tailoring. I understand construction really, really well. That's not intimidating to me at all. But understanding how my husband is shaped is very different. So things are just kind of gonna go slow. So I knew that. So I went ahead and invested in this really good pattern that already did all that work for me. So I didn't have to go and take a suit pattern and revamp it enough so that it would look accurate enough to pass for cosplay. So talking about that, I wanted to give some advice on how to tackle a big sewing project. So here are 6+ tips that I have for tackling a big sewing project. So if you're a beginner sewer, you're probably making like t-shirts or skirts or things that are really, really quick and easy that you can do in just a session or 2 sessions. It's not going to be too difficult, and that's a great place to start. But as you advance, you're going to want to tackle bigger projects. This coat that I'm wearing now, it took me. I made this last year. It is made out of 4 pairs of jeans that I refashioned. And I kind of color blacked it and I used fringe. I painted parts of it. It was a really big project, and I think ultimately I put about 30 hours into it. So it was a lot of work, and you will find yourself as your skills advance and wanting to take on these bigger projects. So what are some strategies that you can do that's going to get you through that project without like totally dying at the end? Okay, so my first tip is make lists. Make tons of lists. For this jacket, for the suit I should say, there's 39 pattern pieces, which is crazy. But so I have the jacket on this side, and I have the trousers on this side, and I wrote down all of the pattern pieces, and then I wrote down what kinds of fabrics I'm going to need, because jackets require different, not just fashion fabric. Like you need interfacing, you need hair canvas, all kinds of weird stuff like that you wouldn't normally tackle in a dressmaking project. So I have all of those different materials listed here, and then I color coded everything because it was really, that was a great way for me to break it down. And then after I do this, I'm gonna make a list of all of the steps for this, and just make a reasonable goal for myself every day that I'm working on this project. And then I'm gonna stick to it too, because it's so easy to burn the candle at both ends when you've got a big project and just keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself and pushing yourself. But ultimately, if you're working on a sewing project to have fun. Like, don't burn yourself out on it. Just say, okay, I'm to stop at 8 o'clock p.m. or if you're a night owl, work in your night owl hours. I'm a morning person, so I am often up at 5 a.m. and so I really love sewing early in the morning. So I would say, so my personal set is like, I'm not gonna sew past 8 a.m. because 8 p.m. because at that point I am super tired for the day. I'm probably gonna fall asleep on the couch. I'm gonna make really big mistakes if I go into my sewing room and make myself sew past that point. Okay, so make lists, make goals, just organize yourself. Okay, so the second thing you want to do is definitely make a muslin of whatever project that you're working on. For this particular jacket, my muslin was another jacket from the same pattern. So I already knew that it was going to fit me, so I didn't have to worry about it. So all of the weird, crazy color blocking and stuff, I knew it was going to work because I had already fit the jacket, so it wasn't a really big deal. But for the suit, I'm going to show you in a minute all the changes that I need to make for my husband. And you're just going to have to expect to make changes too. Very few of us can just grab a pattern and just make it straight out of the envelope. And just give yourself the time to make those changes. For my husband, there's going to be a lot of like length changes, and I've got to make some width changes across his back too. And it's the doctor suit. So this is my muslin of the doctor suit, and this is the first iteration. We've got some changes that I have to do on the jacket, so we're not going to be able to just sew straight away, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. So my husband has a lovely fake Sonic, but that's okay. And we have, I've got some changes that I've got to do to the suit before I can make it up, because obviously the doctor is not going out in bed sheets, but that's what you start with, and it's good and easy to work with. So the first thing we got to do is just shorten everything. I'm going to shorten sleeves and the body, and I think I need a little bit more room in the hips. And the back, because he was saying that if he goes like this, it's gonna just rip, which by the time I add lining and all of the interfacings and everything like that, that's a real concern. So I'm gonna have to do another muslin of the jacket so I can figure that out. The pants are a little bit more straightforward. Really, we just gotta shorten everything. There's not too much there. But yeah, I think this is moving forward, and I'm gonna make it by Halloween, which is really good. So yeah, this is the beginning. I like the pocket and the height of everything, and I'm looking forward to working on this project. Okay, I was really hoping that I could just go quick and grab that jacket and just get to work on it, but it's gonna take more time. And it's just going to take more time. And if it does, and if you have a setback like that, just let it be. Just let it be. Move on to something else, and just give yourself the time mentally to say, you know what, it's okay. I don't have to build Rome today. Okay, the third thing you want to do is organize your supplies. So you've gone through and made all of these lists. Go ahead and make yourself some space in your sewing room and just organize all of your stuff. So all my pattern pieces right now are on shelves in my sewing room, divided by the type of material that I need. So my interfacing pieces are in one spot, the lining pieces are in another spot, the jacket pieces that are just the fashion fabric are in another spot, and so forth and so on. I'll show some pictures of that whole system, and that's just something that helps me because my kids are often in my sewing room and going around on the floor, so if I put stuff down on the floor, it is fair game for them. So I have to make sure that I protect that area, because with a project this big, I want to make sure that everything is nice and organized and not gonna be messed with at all. Okay, so the fourth thing that I would say if you're tackling a big sewing project is ask for help. I ran into an issue with my wool fabric. I took it to the dry cleaners and I asked them to pre-treat it for me, and they looked at me like I had 4 heads. So I said, I will take my fashion fabric and go someplace else. So I went online to my sewing group on Facebook that I'm an admin in called So Much Talent, and I said, hey, tailors, like, help me out. Would you what do I need to ask the dry cleaners so that I know how to take care of this? I asked a couple people on Instagram, and people were really helpful and said, just do it yourself at home. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take care of that. And then I've got some reference books too. I've got my tailoring book, and I've got Making Trousers by David Coffin, which has already helped me with the construction of the front, because men's flies are a little bit different than women's flies, even though I'm super fast at making women's flies on jeans, but men's are a little bit different. I've not done a cut-on fly before because I'm so used to doing I'm sorry, not a cut-on fly. I'm not used to having an add-on fly. I'm used to having a cut-on fly where you just fold the sucker over and just go, and it's so nice. But men's trousers are different, so, and the waistband's a little bit different, so it's good to have a good reference to get you through that. Okay, so my 5th tip for tackling a big sewing project is just take care of yourself. Like I said at the beginning, there's times where you're just gonna want to burn the candle at both ends just to push through, but no, just give yourself some time. Like, make sure you're sleeping well. Yeah, eat good food, exercise. Just make sure that by the end of your project, however long it's gonna take you, you're still going to be a person, and you're not going to get sick or something at the end because you've just been rushing and just going on. The best advice I heard was from Sandra Betsina on this topic. She said, why are you rushing through your sewing project? You know you're just going to rush on and cut the next one anyway, so just give yourself time, and it's good. Okay, and my last tip for how to deal with a big sewing project is have a quick instant gratification project to do, either in the middle of this big project or at the end, or maybe kind of before. Just something that you know you could do really quick, something that's just going to kind of clean your brain out from all of this like really hard focused work that's just long and taxing. So for me, that was this top, which is my first project for October. It's just a really simple Henley top that I made yesterday in about an hour. It's my basic t-shirt pattern with like just a Henley variation down it. It's really super simple, and that's it for my tips for that. So other October sewing that I've got going on, I'm gonna make my daughter she's into a baby Dalek, which is one of the Doctor Who monsters. So this is going to be the main body of the Dalek. The Daleks are big robots, but inside they're like these squishy octopus looking creatures. So this will be the main body of the octopus, and this will be the underbelly, and I'm gonna block print little rings on it to make it look more like tentacles, and that'll be that. So this actually should be a really pretty quick project. It's basically just make like a circle skirt kind of thing to make the tentacles, and then just stuff them. And I'll show the example of the one that my husband and I are going to be doing. I'm doing the squishy parts, and he'll be doing the robot parts. So that should be fun. And I've still got my Cozy Cardi Challenge stuff going on. So I've got my big super soft fleece that I'm gonna take this and go squiggly all over with. This might be an instant gratification project, or it might be something that's gonna take more time. I really haven't decided, but we'll find out. But anyway, that's my October plans, and let me know what you have going on for October. I'd love to see what people have to say. And thank you for watching, and thanks for subscribing. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, thanks for being a part of Elizabeth Made This, and I'm gonna keep continuing making more stuff just for you guys. All right, talk to you later. Happy sewing.